Hey guys, Bios Ramos here, and today I'm going to be going over some just general news of the NFL and how it does pertain to the Dolphins, so let's get into it.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
So, there's been some news today. Some coaches have been hired. Two of them have officially been hired, and then the third one I mentioned is not official yet, but all signs are pointing to him. So first and foremost, the Green Bay Packers went with Matt LaFleur. He was the offensive coordinator at the Tennessee Titans this past season. The Titans, personally, like what I think is they didn't do super crazy on offense, besides the fact that Derrick Henry just lit it up towards the end of the season, and they pretty much rode him all the way as much as they could until that final game against Colts. And so we'll see what happens with him in Green Bay. And then also Cliff Kingsbury, this was pretty recent from the time I'm recording this video, that he signed with Arizona. He was going to be the offensive coordinator at USC. He had just gotten fired from Texas Tech, being a head coach there. And some quarterbacks that has been under him has been like Casey Keenum, Johnny Manziel, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, like just a bunch of decent NFL quarterbacks. The only one that really didn't pan out was Johnny Manziel, but that is like a personality thing, not a football player thing. Like, it's a touchy subject. And then the last one, which is the one that's not like guaranteed yet, but all signs are pointing to it, is Bruce Arians coming out of retirement of being a head coach to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not official yet, but most likely by the time this video is up or in the next couple of days, he'll be probably the Bucs head coach, new head coach. So what does this mean for the Dolphins? Not much, but if you think about it, there was 8 teams that had head coaching vacancies. 3 of them got filled already, or 2 of them, and pretty much the third one's gonna get filled pretty soon. So the Cardinals, the Packers, and the Bucs. So that's 5 other teams competing, looking for new head coaches. The Dolphins had tried getting an interview with the defense coordinator for the Bears, Fangio, and it just fell through. I'm not sure really what happened there. So it doesn't look like he's gonna be it. So it's kind of narrowed down, and a lot of people are saying maybe Brian Flores. I don't think Brian Flores is going to leave New England this season. This is the issue with the Dolphins and the possible head coach. Brian Flores, it's on the Patriots. They're still in the playoffs. I mean, he's not going to do anything until Patriots are out of the playoffs. Same thing with Chris Richards, the defensive back coach for the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's assistant head coach there as well. So a lot of signs are pointing towards him. I think the Dolphins really liked what they saw in him. But definitely Chris Greer has some history with Brian Flores, defense coordinator of the Patriots. So maybe. And Darren Rizzi, he's still yet to be interviewed, but that will be happening towards the end of this week for sure. If the interview with Darren Rizzi goes well, then more than likely he'll be named the head coach by the end of this week before any of the playoff games happen. But if they're not, if the Dolphins are unsure and their management's unsure of who they really want, they're gonna wait until those 2 other guys are knocked out of the playoffs or till the season's over. So the whole little head coach situation for the Dolphins, it's touchy right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do, because definitely no coach is gonna be a head coach of another team while they're still competing, like their team is competing for the Super Bowl, So there goes that. And some news, just a lot of talks about Nick Foles and like his value and stuff like that. I don't see the Dolphins getting him. And then possibly also I've seen stuff about Kyler Murray like possibly being drafted. Like people are always like, oh, Kyler Murray. I don't think he's gonna go to the draft. I mean he's been saying it for a while. He's more towards the baseball, like he'd rather play baseball, this and that. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely just some questions there. they don't even know what they're gonna do with Tannehill, other personnel on the team until they get their head coach. So nothing is happening. It's really frustrating because a lot of teams are making their changes and all that. Joe Flacco is more than likely on the trade market. Don't get him, Dolphins. Please don't. He's already old. I mean, he's a decent quarterback, but he won't be worth it. Just real sloppy. So like what I was saying about the whole, we don't have a head coach yet. There's no real idea what's going on with the personnel of the team itself, with players, coaches on the staff, because I think Burke is still here, Loggins is still here, this and that. Just not a lot of movement going on. It's a little frustrating, but I do understand that they're trying to wait for their candidates to be truly available. And I think if the Cowboys lose this week, then most definitely Chris Richards will probably be named the head coach, depending on, like I said, how the interview goes with Darren Rizzi. But with all the players that we're pushing for, Darren Rizzi, former Dolphins players, and you got a Hall of Famer and Jason Taylor, rooting for the guy, stuff like that, and ex-players that had bad blood with the team, Jarvis Landry, Jordan Phillips, like they're rooting for him as well. Michael Thomas, he doesn't have bad blood, but he's on the Giants. He's not even on the Dolphins anymore. Just Brian Hartline, a bunch of other guys, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, all these guys. Mike Pouncey, he's on the Chargers, and they're competing in the playoffs, and he took some time out of his day just to post on Instagram. Like, he wants Darren Rizzi, to get that good shot, and, you never know. But it's pretty much all I have. A real short video, just some breaking news. Just wanted to get my thoughts out there for you guys, just so you guys know. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a nice thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell option just so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And comment, let me know what you guys think about who the next Dolphins head coach is going to be. It's most likely going to be one of those three guys: Brian Flores, Chris Richards, or Darren Rizzi. Don't really see any other candidate possibly popping up. And maybe Bruce Arians will be signed hopefully by the end of I don't think it'll be by the end of tonight. It's already like 5:30 in the afternoon, but most likely by tomorrow or the next day or something like that, he'll most definitely be on the Buccaneers. So 3 teams out of the 8. So Dolphins need to really get moving and just starting the offseason early, just get it moving. So have a great day, and let's go Dolphins.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.